What's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back here at Rosie's Corner to kick off the week with you on a Monday. Make sure you stop by, grab the pizza wings, hot and cold subs for lunch. And all week long, they'll have fish Friday, the pork on Wednesday. Amazing, amazing choices here at Rosie's. And don't forget, the app is now available. So download it, order on the app. You get $5 off first delivery or a pickup order, and you can order at rosiescorner.net, and you can check out all the amazing things right there that they have, the menus placed right there on the website as well. So stop by, eat local, support local here. Rosie's Corner, Route 11 in Burton, a proud ML Sports Platter sponsor. So the U.S. Open is over. J.J. Spawn, what a heck of a win he had. Obviously, the shot of the tournament was on 17 on Sunday when he just bombed one and split it right down the middle, which is, it's a drivable hole there for a par 4, but you got to be right down the center, which is basically like all the other holes at Oakmont, right? You can't really miss anywhere at Oakmont. And then, of course, he made the long putt on 18, and he only needed 2 putts to win it, but he got it done in the one, and that was it. And despite the fact that we might have 2, 3, 4 years of superstardom with Bryson and Rory and Scheffler and some others, Rahm, some of the kings of the sport, the U.S. Open did show the other part of it, that Cinderella can reign supreme, and Oakmont just kept picking off golfer after golfer after golfer, right? So it was one of those things where Oakmont showed its true colors. Oakmont lived up to the hype. Oakmont lived up to the expectation. It lived up to the history. It lived up to the toughness. It lived up to the deep, thick rough, the tight fairways, the unbelievably fast greens. Even when it rained, they were pretty fast at times. Players were getting eaten up and just chewed up and spit out, and you name it. Brooks Koepka, right? Oakmont, I don't think it's that hard. +6. Thanks for your time. Not even a factor all weekend. Even the guys who missed the cut, the guys who withdrew, Corey Connors, for example, the Canadian. You know what? Hats off to all of you for even getting out there and grinding through that thing. Now, do I feel bad for these golfers? I absolutely do not. I hear all the time about, it's not fun to watch, and we want to see everybody shoot darts at the pins, and we want it to be easier, and this and that and the other thing. But that's what makes golf so different, so special, so unique, is that all of these courses are set up different. I've heard the whole argument with, well, if you get to the NBA Finals, you can, be like moving the rims or extending the court length, or if you go to baseball, it'd be like putting a 10th player on the field, or all these different arguments in sports, right? Like football, it'd be like, you can't use your starting quarterback in the first quarter of the playoffs. All these different things, goaltenders, right? Like putting 6 guys on the ice. All these silly, stupid arguments. And golf, it's just not comparable. And what you'd have to do in golf to make it, or I should say all the other sports, is you wouldn't arrive at the NBA Finals and do it just once to change it. You wouldn't arrive in a quarterfinal, semifinal, and do it even 1, 2, 3, or 4 times in the playoffs, or even 5 times in the regular season. Folks, you'd have to do it 20 or 30 times. I'm sorry, let me fix that again. You'd have to do it every single time, because Winged Foot is different than Augusta, and Shinnecock is different than St. Andrews, and Carnoustie is different than Oakmont, and Oak Hill is different than Torrey Pines, and Harding Park is different than Olympia Fields, and Marion is different than name the next course, right? Royal Liverpool. They're different. Royal Portrush is different than, name the next course and the next course. They're all different in their own regard. They're all special in their own right. And that's what makes it so unique and so different. And so remember Pebble Beach, 25 years ago, Tiger Woods crushed the field. He was the only one under par. He didn't seem to have problems with the course, but everybody else did, right? That was that one situation. We've seen look at the LA Country Club a few years back. We've seen other majors show up on the scene, and even at U.S. Opens where they have been easier U.S. Opens. Oakmont happens to be probably the hardest golf course in the country, arguably the hardest one in the world, and the players say as much, and you don't hear any complaining. Now, you might get Wyndham Clark bashing in a locker or something at Oakmont, but you very rarely will hear complaints about Oakmont from any of these players. It is what it is. The difficulty's there. It's only one tournament, and you won't see Oakmont for another 8 to 10 years. It's not like it's a rotator in the PGA Tour like a freaking Quail Hollow or something. People need to stop complaining. This was different than Augusta, different than Quail Hollow. It'll be different than Portrush. All of the courses are different. That's what makes golf so unique. It's the preparation, it's the understanding, it's the mental strength and the grind, and knowing the course, whether it's like the back of your hand or not. Scotty Scheffler didn't know Quail Hollow that well when he went out and won the PGA Championship. I don't think Spawn knew Oakmont that well. He went out and won at Oakmont. Once they start playing, they start knowing and learning. You play a hole over again. It's just how it goes. But if you were to do something comparable in sports, it'd be like in, the Stanley Cup Finals. All of a sudden you make the goalie can't wear a goalie mask or something, and then, or you add like another player out there, or every penalty now is 4 minutes long, or all these different things, all these changes. People are saying like basketball, you raise the rim, you extend the court. Well, what are you going to do for the next one? Because it still is the same arenas, same teams, same of a lot of things playing against each other and showing up in the playoffs and same formats. You'd have to change something every single time as you go along. That's what golf is. Every course is different. Every situation is different. Sometimes the weather can dictate how much easier or harder it is per day. Look at the Open Championship. Sometimes you get nicer weather at one point of the day. If you tee off during the nicer weather, you have a better score. Just the way the cookie crumbles, that's the break that helped you. The next time out, it's not going to help you. So people need to stop complaining about all that. But all I know is going into it with the history and tradition, the toughness, the beauty, Americana, Pittsburgh, all the iconic names that have won there, the highlights, the challenges, the DNA of the course, what makes it Oakmont, just so many awesome things about it. It lived up to what people said going in, and the players having a hell of a time getting through many of their rounds. But it delivered, and Cinderella, the slipper fit this time around for a J.J. Spawn. Reminded me a little bit of maybe like a Y.E. Yang, a Michael Campbell, that 2003 season when we had Mike Weir and Jim Furyk. I know they had kind of longer, better sustainable careers than Shawn Michael and Ben Curtis, but those were the four winners in 2003 at Augusta and at Olympia Fields and at St. Andrews and at, was it at St. Andrews? I don't think it was at St. Andrews. I can't remember where it was that year. Open Championship. I'm blanking. And then the PGA at Oak Hill. So it was maybe St. George's. But just terrific stuff. I loved it. I love all these majors. They all tell their own story. Now is J.J. Spawn sustainable? Let's see what happens here. We know one thing. He's had a great year this year. And again, lost in the players, dunked it in the water against Rory in the playoff. But he's been playing well for a long time. You hear from the golf community how he's been just well and away on the ball. Arizona, tons of practice rounds. He's been on a little bit of a heater here. And now he gets $4.3 million for winning the U.S. Open. He got 2.4 or 5 or so for coming in second in the players. And he's gotten about 40% of his career earnings just this year. So J.J. Spawn, congratulations to him. What a wild tournament. Oakmont, though, no disrespect to Spawn or anybody else, Oakmont was the story. Oakmont was a course that delivered everything we thought going into it, and people have said every year it's there, it gets harder and harder and harder. Well, right here was the hardest. Mike Lindsley here at Rosie's Corner. Stop by, download the app, order from here, order at rosiescorner.net. Try the meatball bomber, the pizza wing combinations, Fish Friday coming up this week as well, Pork Wednesday. Don't forget about gift cards. They're available for every occasion as well. Salads, sides, desserts, drinks, going with your hot and cold subs as well. It's all here at Rosie's Corner. And as I always tell you, enjoy the games.